Hey everyone, Blaze here. Welcome back to the final part of my very elongated anime pickup hauls for Discotek Blu Rays for free. Very favourite franchises of mine. The last one, you've seen the title already. Obviously, a while ago, quite a while ago. I picked up the last part of this a while ago too. I just haven't been making the videos, but I made a video picking up part 1 and part 2 of Galaxy Express 39, one of my favourite ever anime, on Blu-ray. These are the upscales. I went into all of that part of it on the previous video, which I guess I'll put a link in the description if you haven't seen it. Yeah, where I get into the nitty-gritty about the Blu-rays and what they're like, and etc, etc. But yeah, picked these up a while ago, so I have the collection 1, the Departure, collection 2, the Layover, and now I've completed the collection with collection 3, Terminus. So yes, this completes the series. It's the last, 37 episodes on Blu-rays, episodes 77 to episodes 113, but this also includes the last 2 TV specials, which are a really nice addition. I didn't necessarily expect Discotek to include on these releases initially. Obviously, they announced they would, but when they first announced the series, I didn't anticipate them putting out the free TV specials as well. This set containing the last 2, so this contains the second TV special, which is a remake of like episode 22 about Emeraldus. It's like twice the length, so like obviously the original episode would have been about 23-25 minutes, and the special is like 48 to 50 minutes or something around there, like 45-50 minutes. So yeah, it's like twice as long, which is pretty cool. Don't believe that one ever got dubbed. TV specials 2 and 3 vintage, yeah. So yeah, the second one never got dubbed, and then there's the third TV special, Can You Love Like a Mother, I think, which is like a remake of episodes 51 and 52. And again, this one is actually twice as long as those episodes would have been, so those episodes combined somewhere between 45 and 50 minutes, but this special is actually an hour and a half long, so a full 90-minute feature length. And yeah, that one does have the English dub included here, separately from the from the Japanese versions. So yeah, collection 3. And it's all explained there on the features. So we got remastered video and subtitles, obviously international sales booklet. That's not a booklet included in the set, as you'll see in a minute. That's on disc, as Discotek like to do. TV series recap episode, and then TV specials 2 and 3, and the vintage English dub for special 3, which I presume was probably done by Harmony Gold back in the day. Yeah, and we've also got a pretty cool, that's cool for them. I guess they've been around for so long, it makes sense. But them anime reviews, a really good anime review website. If you've not seen, ever gone on to it, I'll put a link in the description for that as well. I guess I really like it. Like there's some really old reviews on there, which is kind of, yeah, that's been around since like the mid 90s, and they still do reviews today, and they're just like catalogued, very like nice and easy to read, and yeah. I like their reviews. There's loads of different people that do them. It's not just one person, but yeah, I think that's the first time I've ever seen a quote from one of their reviews on the back. Galaxy Express 39 is quite the adventure. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. So yeah, super chuffed. I mean, Discotek are like the angels that keep giving, you know. I mean, they just keep on putting out stuff that I just never really thought I would get. Like, it's really hard to describe, but like, such a massive transition from like the early 2010s, so like 2010, 2011, when Discotek were just getting started. I mean, they did put out Fist of the North Star, and that was really good, but it was kind of like such an outlier into what was coming out from anyone else. So it was just like, is this really sustainable? Is this really going to work out? And they would start putting out some other cool stuff and rescuing some stuff. And then as we got to the end of the decade and beyond now, like, it's crazy the stuff they've been putting out. And I mean, this was obviously pretty much #1 with a bullet on my wish list for stuff that they would put out, and it eventually came. Again, I went into all this in the last video, but I'm very, very pleased to own all of this. It's an upscale. It's a better upscale than what was done in Japan. I'll take what I can get, as proved when I bought the, which I can't reach right now, but when I bought the Small Entertainment hard subbed DVD, which is god awful, but I'll take what I can get sometimes for some of my favourite anime. So yeah, Galaxy Express 3.9 on Blu-ray, complete, very very happy. I guess I could go into, again, I think I may have mentioned this before. There is like a bunch, and this is all stuff that it's never gonna happen. I don't even know, like the talk about licensing hell, like I did in the last video of Amazon and Koku, just briefly for whatever reason. Don't know where that came from, but I did. But anyway, like talk about that. Like a lot of the time, that's because like no one in Japan really knows who has the license rights to this stuff, and there's a bunch of like weird, like little short Galaxy Express things. Like I'm pretty sure there was. I know there's like an original net animation thing that was done in like the early 2000s. It's like 6 episodes. I think they're like 10 minutes each or something. And then there's another thing about a diamond ring bought on like the solar eclipse in Japan that came out in like 2008, 2009 or something. And then there's like another thing about like a bunch of short things that were done for like an electrical company, like advertisements, whatever, like something like that, like shorts. There's also another thing that's like I think was shown in like I can't remember what they're freaking called, but like one of those planetary things. You know, when you go watch something, sit back in a seat and see all the stars or whatever. I think they did something like that for Galaxy Express, which makes sense. I can't believe I can't remember what those things are called right now, but I can't. But yeah, I think they did something like that. So there's a lot of other stuff out there. But yeah, there's also, I don't know if that was I'm sure it was, like a Glass No Claire special, which is like a 15-minute thing. It's basically like a retelling of the episode with Claire, like the glass waitress, crystal waitress from the TV series. They did like an extended theatrical version of that episode, or maybe not extended, but another version of that episode or something that I don't know why. I don't know if it predate the film when you went to see it, whether the film's quite long, so that'd be weird, but I don't know, whatever. I think that's on the set anyway, but if not, that exists as well. So yeah, there's a lot of other things. None of that stuff's ever going to come out. Whatever, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is like pretty much almost as complete as you can get. Getting the TV specials was awesome. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. Okay, so the thing I wasn't initially going to talk about with that stuff, but since those videos, all that, I talked about that stuff for so long, although in case it got expressed, apparently not, but that's because I talked about it for 20 minutes in another video. So yeah, the other thing I picked up that was Leijiverse related, the only other Leijiverse thing that Discotek have put out in recent times. Finally, from Inoki Films, they licensed Submarine Super 99, which is a 13-episode adaptation of a Leiji Matsumoto manga from like the early 70s, I think 1970 something, 71, somewhere around there, which isn't Leijiverse really. It's like the least Leijiverse of the lot. This doesn't include any of the classic characters of Maytel and Harlock. I don't believe, I actually haven't watched this and I haven't read the manga, but I'm 99.9% sure that none of those characters appear in this. I'll be happily surprised if they do, but I'm pretty sure they don't. And yeah, so and now the world is ruled by like the Ocean Empire. It's in the 21st century. A series of unexplained shipwrecks are occurring near the Japan Trench. The government makes a top secret request to Juzo Oki, the director of the Oki Ocean Lab, and his son Goro, the deputy director. The two of them begin to investigate the incidents in a, what is that word? Bathyscaphe? What? Bathyscaphe. I've never seen that word in my life. I will put up a definition for what that word is, assuming it's a real word. I assume it must be. Is it supposed to be like catastrophe, but it's like investigate the incidents in a what? Anyway, but are attacked by a mysterious submarine and go missing. Susumu Oki, Juzo's other grandson and Goro's younger brother, had earlier been given a rifle SS-99 and a key to a basement factory. Soon, spies break into the lab and force Susumu to take them to the basement factory where they see a gigantic submarine. This complete collection includes all 13 episodes in 1080p high definition. Yeah, in Japanese with English subtitles. Obviously, no dub on this one. This one had never been put out before. Obviously, this is part of the early 2000s Leiji Matsumoto like TV series boom, where they made a bunch. And this one was made by Vega Entertainment or something. Is it on the back? It doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure it was like Vega Entertainment, who also did like Cosmo Warrior Zero and Gun Frontier. I haven't seen this one. I would imagine this is the weakest because it just doesn't have those iconic characters to carry it. Although it'll also be maybe somewhat interesting as a result because it is just set on Earth. Like again, like this manga came out in the early 70s. This, you know, what this is based on, and like so this like predates like Space Battleship Yamato and stuff. So this is kind of like Leiji Matsumoto kind of getting his like early I can't think of the right term, like kind of like cutting his teeth a bit on like the whole submarine thing, which would obviously play a huge part in Space Battleship Yamato to some degree. So yeah, whatever. I haven't seen it. I have checked out the upscale. It's so. It kind of does have the little bit of the upscale issues that I kind of hate when it comes to upscaling digital SD shows. So when like Justin Sudeikis and that, I'm kind of becoming a little bit less trustworthy of them. I know they'll say this is upscaled really well, and I'll go, oh cool, that's cool to know. And when I see something like the trailers they put out for Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple, I'll go, wow, that really has upscaled well. That almost looks like HD. When I see this, the bits I've seen of this, I would argue, well, I guess it has. And I'm like, in terms of it being clean and all that, I'm sure from a video expert like Justin Sudeikis, like I'm not claiming to be anything of the sort, but from their opinion, of course, I can kind of see where they're coming from. But from mine, the viewer, I kind of just hate seeing that smeary line work when, especially, I mean, it's kind of like a part of what makes standard definition digital shows what they are, I guess. It's just that the resolution issue, basically, where if you're making a character really small on the screen in like that sort of resolution, when you blow it up, it starts to look really blurry and smeary and horrible, and there's kind of a lot of that in this from what I've seen so far. Again, I only just like basically stuck my head in, had a look, went, ooh, this kind of looks okay and kind of not okay, I don't know. But hey, to have it all is fine with me. I would have probably been okay with standard definition Blu-ray. Don't know if I needed it to be upscaled, but there you go, I guess. Like, my voice is dying, can you tell? So yeah, Super Submarine 99, very happy to have it, obviously, so no real complaints. But I would have taken a standard definition Blu-ray, but I'll also take this. Again, it's also on one disc, so like it's basically already a standard definition Blu-ray in terms of like the amount of discs they were going to do, so did it really need to be blown up to 1080p, 13 episodes on one disc? I'm not sure it was really necessary, but they did. It also contains an interview with Leiji Matsumoto, which I really should have watched before watching this video, so I could have learned a little bit more about what is Submarine Super 99, although I tried to give you as much information as I could. Yeah, I really like the inside artwork, actually more than that one. I would have swapped them round if it were me. I think that looks way more badass. But anyway, whatever. So yeah, with this, we're now down to only a few more. Although, interestingly, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, you know, things like Maytel Legend and like some of the classic OVAs like Harlock Saga and stuff are like in some sort of licensing hell, which is unfortunate. Although weirdly, Maytel Legend is also made by Vega Entertainment, I think, so that's kind of weird. Because again, Submarine Super 99 and the other Gun Frontier and Cosmo Warrior Zero were made by Vega as well. But we're still missing the one in terms of like the early 2000s stuff, which is Space Symphony Maytel. It's by far the best series. It's really freaking good, guys. Really, really good. It's like probably the second best thing that has Maytel in it, other than the original like Galaxy Express stuff, like, which is probably not that surprising, I guess, but like it generally is amazing, that series. I really enjoyed it. I really hope that will come out eventually. There was also Galaxy Railways 2, which I always kind of forget about because it's a pretty forgettable series, frankly, considering how good the original Galaxy Railways is. The sequel series is really not. it's just not, unfortunately. It's just kind of boring. But I would still like to own that as well to complete the collection. And obviously there's some more older stuff like DNA Sights, and which I think was also done by Vega, maybe. Might be misremembering that one. And then there's also Queen Millennia, obviously, which is another one I would also really like to own eventually. So yeah, I just hope for more Leiji Matsumoto stuff in the future from Discotek. But yeah, that's the end of this video. That will be the end of these Discotek videos for now, because my voice is dead. I have so much more to talk about, but my voice couldn't possibly get through them all. I have like, oh, I don't know, about 35 Blu-rays up there, and a bunch of DVDs as well, so lots of stuff to talk about. Hopefully it won't be too long before I do that, but I've kind of talked your ear off already in these 3 videos, and my voice is dead. So yeah, I'm in Blaze. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed these. I kind of enjoyed making them. I'm kind of stressed about how long they are, but whatever. So yeah, I'm Blaze. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.